in Niagara Falls, hanging out with Tim Hicks. Again, Tim, thanks for doing this.
My pleasure.
You know, we're standing in the Ball Diamonds where he actually played. We've already talked about that.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about Shake These Walls,
Yeah.
how it started off
Yeah.
for you. Let's maybe go back and talk about Forever Rebels.
Yeah.
You know, and how that song maybe came together for you, because as I mentioned, it's my favorite off the album.
How the song actually came together, like how it was written. So that was a songwriting session. Who was on it? It was Matt Nolan and Derek Sutherland, two heavy duty dudes down south. And I'd written with Matt before, but I hadn't with Derek. We just got talking about. He had the song idea. He had the title Rebels. And we just were talking about that. And, you know, he was sort of saying, like, you know, come on, baby, be a rebel with me kind of thing. And I just got on to my story about me and my wife and you know, the crazy stuff that you know, just the path that we've chosen and how it's crazy. And then somehow it became Forever Rebels. Those two guys are so musical. Out of the gate, Nolan had the, like that kind of ethereal thing, which was really interesting to me because I love stuff like that. Like, it kind of reminded me a little bit of, poor reference, but maybe you'll get it, is God Only Knows by the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
I wanted to get a little bit of that going on, which is why you get all that percussive stuff in the beginning of it and how we left it kind of airy.
Yeah.
That was by design, man. Like, I really wanted to kind of go down that road. And, you know, as I've been talking about the record and telling people, we've gone down a few different roads this time. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, in terms of songwriting, but also in terms of production, right? I mean, you just can't keep putting out Hell-Raising Good Time all the time. Like, I just, you know, like I've said, I'm not the same guy I was in 2013. You know, I want to explore all kinds of songs.
But we were talking about, you know, being relevant and how you stay relevant,
Yeah.
and you know,
Who knows?
no, but that's true. You know, like I heard, I read an interview, or I heard an interview with you earlier, and the guy doing the interview said you play crank up tunes.
Yeah, crank up tunes. Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
which means you lean over, you crank it up.
Yeah.
But there's so much more than what you.
Well, I
you
think
do,
that,
think.
I think that people get the impression of who I am based on what singles get picked too, right? I mean, there's a lot of different stuff on Throwdown and 501 that never got released, right? Like,
Yeah.
for instance, Just Add Water off the first record, Beachy,
Yep.
right? Because I was doing a lot of that stuff back then. We were kind of checking it out and trying to figure out, well, you know, what are people going to dig? You know, what's going to work live? What's the band going to like to play? And then 501, same thing, like Too Young to Care. A song that we've never done live. And I don't know why. I don't know why we've never done it. But because I'm always thinking, when it comes to time for tour, I'm always thinking like, well, what's the best song going to be to get everyone on their feet? What's the best song going to be to get everyone clapping their hands and singing along and give them that classic, you know, for lack of a better term, Tim Hicks concert experience.
Yeah.
But at some point, man, I'm going to do an acoustic tour.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'd play like that for years and years, just by myself, traveling from pubs with nothing more than 2 speakers on sticks and my guitar.
Well, I go back and think about what you did for us at our Mason Jar session a year ago.
Yeah.
You know, that type of, you know, rootsy sort of that feel.
Yeah.
You can really understand where the artist is coming from. in these songs.
Yeah. And you know, what's interesting is when I was out playing bars or pubs or whatever, before all this happened, I would do basically 2 kinds of gigs: band gigs and acoustic gigs. And what was interesting to me was if I had an audience, for instance, that was used to seeing me play acoustic, and they came to see the band, they'd say to me, you know, your band's pretty good, but you're way better by yourself. And then, you know, at the opposite, if I had a group of people that came to see me play that were used to seeing me play in the band and saw me play by myself, they'd say, you know, you're pretty good by yourself, but you're way better with your band. You know what I mean? It's just like whatever you're used to, right?
Totally.
And I think that people get an impression of who I am, like I said, based on what's been released and what the popular songs are. But, man, I'm telling you, like, and I've been doing music a long time, and you know, there's going to be more Tim Hicks ballads. There's going to be more Tim Hicks mid-tempos. There's going to be more Tim Hicks party songs. I like to do all kinds of music. It feels so good to sing different stuff from time to time, you know, which is what I wanted to do on this record and kind of showcase that a bit.
That's what I was going to say. So it kind of, it showed your peaks and valleys of you as an artist.
Yeah.
You know, a lot more, and shows some true colors.
Well, and you have to understand, too, that there was it wasn't conscious. There was a natural progression from being a working musician into being an artist. You know, because when I was discovered, or whatever you want to say it, you know, I was a working musician, and I've said this before, I wear that like a badge. That's a very special thing to me. You know, it's almost like being a member of an exclusive club. Guys that go out and make their, and women too, I just say guys as a general term, but people that go out and make their living in music, to me, is admirable, because you have to work so hard to make it all work. I mean, you know it in your line of work. And it's the same for performers and for crew people and for sound guys. And it's like anybody that's doing that, I have mad respect for, you know. But on the same token too, you know, early on, my managers would say to me, before going out to play, they'd say, remember, you're a country star, not a pub star. You know? Because it's a frame of mind that you get into. Now, here's the difference for me, though. I treat those things as one and the same, and I think that's what maybe resonates with some people, is because I'm very comfortable on a stage. I've been doing this a long, long time, and I love it. I love to have that connection with an audience, and the only way I know how to do it is the way that I do. And so that, to me, is what, you know, the band and I talk about. The show that you see is the same show that we used to do in the bar, only just a little bit bigger now. You know what I mean? And so there's like a bit of a dichotomy, because you have to have the frame of mind to be an artist, which I can say, you know, I'm the most comfortable I've ever been in those shoes now. But on the same token too, I don't want to forget where I came from, which was, I'm a working musician, man, and I love that about my past and my history, and I wouldn't trade that for the world.
Well, Tim, thanks so much for doing this,
My
buddy.
pleasure. Thanks for coming down, dude.